Hello, so in this section we are talking about the temperature scales. So lots of times when you open the TV or you check on the day's weather, how many clothes you should put on, how to prepare for your trip, you will read the weather report says, hey, today is 75 Fahrenheit and the hottest may reach like 91 degree and the lowest would be 61 degree. So this is Fahrenheit, but lots of times in the metric scale we use Celsius. That means when you travel abroad, you will heard another country say, hey, today's weather as high as 21 Celsius, as low as maybe 16 Celsius. So these two are the different scale, but they all used to measure the temperature. So here is some basic points when measuring the temperatures. Okay, this is a thermometer measuring a temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. Is in here, the left one, and the right one was measuring the 72 Fahrenheit. They are the same. 22 Celsius is equal to 72 Fahrenheit. So on the Celsius scale, this is some important things you might want to know, which is the water freezing point is 0, and they define the water boiling point is 100, whereas a Fahrenheit scale is the water freeze at 32 degree and the water boils at 212 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, also most of office building they will maintain an indoor temperature between 18 Celsius to 24 Celsius to keep the employee comfortable, whereas in the US or in the Fahrenheit system would be 65 degree Fahrenheit to 75 degree Fahrenheit. So now how do we convert Fahrenheit and the Celsius? So here is a formula. Okay, so C is the Celsius measurement and F is the Fahrenheit measurement. So that means if you know the Fahrenheit, you plug in the Fahrenheit degrees, the measurement into the function, you will get Celsius. Verse-wise, that means if you know the Celsius, you put in the Celsius into the formula, then you will find out what's the corresponding Fahrenheit. Okay, so now here, so the boiling point of the water is 100 Celsius. And then what's the temperature does water boil at the Fahrenheit scale? Again, we use the formula. We plug in 100 into C because that means Celsius. So we have 100 and then 5/9 and then Fahrenheit subtract 13.2. So now let's solve it together. So in order to solve F, we need to times 5/9 on both sides to get rid of the fraction. Oh, 5/9, not 9/5. Haha. 9/5. I'm sorry, 9/5. So that you can cross cancel these two. So here we have 180, right? So that we have a 180 equals to Fahrenheit minus 13.2, and then you add 13.2 on both sides. So you have 212 equals to Fahrenheit. So that means the water boiling point is 212 Fahrenheit, which is we mentioned earlier in here. Okay, another example is water freeze at 13.2 Fahrenheit on Celsius scale. What would be the temperature? Again, we have the formula here, right? So that means you want to substitute 13.2 into the function. We have Celsius equals to 5/9 and then 13.2 minus 13.2, which is 0. So 5/9 multiply 0 equals 0. So that means the water freeze at 0 Celsius. Okay, so here's another example. Two scientists are doing an experiment designed to identify the boiling point of an unknown liquid. One scientist gets the result of 120 Celsius, the other gets the result of 215 Fahrenheit. Which temperature is higher and by how much? So look, these two is the different unit. So the first step is when you try to compare these two, you want to convert them into the same unit. So given the formula, Celsius equals to 5/9 Fahrenheit subtract 13.2. I would like to convert which one? Let's convert all to Fahrenheit. It works. You can convert them both to Celsius or convert them both to Fahrenheit. That works, whatever that you feel like. So I have 120 5/9 and Fahrenheit subtract 13.2. The first step is you want to multiply 9/5 on both sides. And then you have 24. So 9 times 24 is equals to 226? No, or 216. Oh my god. Let me use my calculator. Oh, 216 equals to Fahrenheit subtract 13.2, and then you add 13.2 on both sides. So you have Fahrenheit equals to 248. So that means in here, 120 Celsius equals to 248 Fahrenheit. So which temperature is higher? The second scientist gets a higher temperature by 2 Fahrenheit higher. Okay. Okay, now take a look at this one. Titania is researching vacation destination. She sees the average summer temperature in Barcelona, Spain is around 26 Celsius. What's the average temperature in degrees Fahrenheit? So we have what? Celsius equals to 5/9 Fahrenheit subtract 13.2. So Celsius is equal to 26, which is 5/9 F minus 13.2. First step is we want to multiply 9/5 on both sides. So we can get rid of the friction. And then you have what on the right is 234 divided by 5 equals F minus 13.2. So 235, and then you add 13.2 on both sides. So what? This fraction, the first fraction, if you use a calculator, you will get is equals to 146.8 plus 13.2 is the Fahrenheit. So this gives you a 78.8 Fahrenheit. So that means on average, the temperature in Barcelona, Spain is 78.8 Fahrenheit. Okay, so that's it for this section. It's really short. I'll see you next time.